Hi guys, today I'll be showing y'all how to put together and take apart the outdoor signs. Okay, so first off, we have the separate parts. We have this bag that will be at the base where we will fill with water. It'll probably take around 5 to 10 minutes to fill it up, just to note, and this is what it'll look like without water. And then we'll have these two poles. One of them will have a base at the bottom. This will be the bottom layer. And then there's also a thinner pole with this little gray thing that will go on top of the other pole. We'll have the base that you need at the bottom. So we'll put this all the way out and stand the other poles on top of that. And then lastly, we have this kind of L-shaped pole that will be at the top of the banner. And then here is the banner right here as well. All right, so first off, what you should start off with is this base right here. What you will need to do is kind of spread out all the legs of the base fully. If you don't spread them out fully, it will be a bit flimsy, so just make sure it's fully extended out like that. And then next, what I would we'll put this little water bag on top of the base just to make sure that it doesn't blow away or anything like that. So just right over the little pole. Okay. And then next, what I find the easiest is to actually go ahead and put the poles together first. So this will be at the bottom of the base right here. So this will be facing downwards, and this metal part of the bigger pole will be at the top. And then for the thinner pole, you'll have this gray little area that you'll put in at the silver part, and it should lock in where both silver parts are. Okay. And then next, what I would do is go ahead and put the banner on fully. It'll make it easier when you're putting the poles on the base. So this bottom string, there's string at the bottom of the banner. That will be the bottom of the banner. So you can go ahead and put that at the top and just slide it down the pole. All right. And then we have the L-shaped pole that will be holding this top part of the banner up. So you can put the long part in. There's a little slit that you can slide it in at the top. So that'll go in there, just like that. And then you connect it to the thin pole that's already connected to the bigger pole. So it'll be like that. And you can just go ahead and slide that where the other pole is. All right. Just make sure that that pole is secure together. And this is what the banner should look like. The ceiling is a bit small, so we will be taking that outside later. But that is what the banner will be like. And then this whole pole, with the banner, will go on top of this base right here. And we'll show you that in just a second. Okay, now I will show y'all how to attach the banner to the base. It's pretty simple. You'll just put this little base part at the bottom along with that pole right there. And it will require some force. So once you just go ahead and just make sure it's facing down, and then you'll just have to push it down really hard. And there you go. That's the banner. It is a bit windy right now, but that's what it will look like. And then taking it apart, you'll just go ahead and do everything in reverse. So you have to pull really hard on this bottom base. Okay. And then to take off the rest of the banner, you'll just go ahead and slide the top part off like that. Take the banner off. And then just separate these two poles up right here. And that's it for taking it apart. All right, that is it. Thank you all so much.
Now I'm going to show you how to open up and find all the parts for the signs and then how to pack them all up. The first thing to know is that some of the parts are in these really long travel bags. And you can see that there's a sign on here. It says outdoor sign parts. And then it tells you that there are 3 things in here: the thin pole, the thick pole, and the L pole. And inside of here, you can see that when you open it up, that all of these things are in here and they're labeled: the L pole, the thin pole, the thick pole, and this is where they're going to go when you're done with them as well. There are other things that you'll need, and those will be in a box that looks like this. So the first thing is that we will need to open the box. So we'll need the box cutter, and that's something that's really important to think about when we're talking about packing it back up, because it will mandate how we pack it up. Then each of the bases, or each of the signs, has a base, and you can see it's 2 of 4. They're all universal, but just so that you know that there's 4, and this is for us so that we know that it's in set A or set B. So then you know that you're going to find also inside of here the banner itself, and then you will also find the water bag. And each of these things should go back into their labeled bag when you're done with them. So make sure you're keeping like these empty bags, keep them in this box, put this empty box inside of this box when you've set up the signs, and that way they're going to be easily found when you go to put them away. So then when you go to put things away, this is also important, is that we're going to first put in, from the bottom of the box, you're going to put in 2 of these boxes. And then don't put the other 2 in there quite yet. You'll need to put in the water bags, all 4 of them, and the banners, all 4 of those as well. And you can see I've got them sort of as flat as they can be in there. Then we'll put these other 2 boxes in here, and then we will tape up this box. And the reason for that is that so that these fabric things, or the things that hold water, that we don't accidentally use the box cutter and open them up and cut them. So the positioning of those bags and boxes inside of this box is important.